Okay, first big snowfall of the season. Well, I don't know how big it is. It's only like 2 inches. The biggest thing about this is the cold. So I was just looking at the bank. The bank said -6 degrees. When I got in the truck, it said 0 degrees. But it's cold out, and there's a huge cold front coming in right behind all this snow. So that's the big weather story of this one. But for me, this is the biggest snowfall of the season so far, I guess. I'm actually out plowing, and it's before Christmas. So this has got to be the first time I've been out plowing before Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and take you out plowing with me, see all the fun stuff I got to deal with. Probably won't show you all the shoveling, though. All right, I wanted to show you guys this. So this is like the biggest issue that I have in this particular neighborhood in particular. There's a sidewalk right here. This is the street right here that I'm standing in, and that's the sidewalk. So what happens is when it snows, the city goes through, pushes all the snow up onto the sidewalk, and then I'll talk to you from in here. So the city pushes all the snow up onto the sidewalk when it snows from the street. And then what will happen is the city will then issue a citation to the resident that they have to clean the snow off the sidewalks. I think that's a very raw deal. I mean, the city is not only is that city property, so the city should be in charge of that, but the city's creating a huge problem and then fining the homeowner for not fixing it. So I have a big issue with that personally. I mean, it's not just because, I mean, for me, it's good because I could grab the snowplow, just push it up from the sidewalk into the yard. But that's just, I mean, it's just bad for the homeowner. It's bad vibes for the city. So I'm going to go ahead and plow this driveway, and yeah, we'll move on to the next. Ended up having to stop by the grocery store. Apparently the dogs are out of food, so my wife's sending me on errands as I'm out working. Hey, whatever. Keep your wives happy, even if it means having to pick up dog food in the middle of the workday or night, whichever you have. So that's what I'm doing. I'm picking up dog food. The dogs should be happy. They'll have breakfast tomorrow. All right, on to the next. So it doesn't look like this camera's working so hot for me. Too much wind. So it's a cold one today. Phone says -6. Actually, no, it said -7. And then the bank said -6. I gotta get my hat fixed. My little minion light here. But besides the minion hat, what do you need to do to stay warm? And there's actually quite the easy trick to do this. So first off, long underwear, long sleeve shirt. You want something that's going to be snug up against your body, wicking fabric, so when you start sweating it releases the moisture from your body, helps you stay warm like you wouldn't believe. I usually keep extra hats and gloves in the car because if they get wet you're toast. And a good way to dry them out if they do get wet, you just stick them on the vents on the or on the dashboard on top of the vents for the defroster, and warms them right up when you put them on. Oh, they feel, when you put those gloves and hats on, they feel oh so good. It's all nice and toasty. But that's another fun trick. Just dress in layers, stay warm. One big trick too, besides extra hats and gloves, I bring extra socks, because especially even if you got waterproof boots, if your socks can still get wet, and if they end up getting wet, you're done for. So I still bring an extra pair of socks with me because it's a necessity. It really is. I got a whole big backpack filled with extra gloves, stuff like that. I actually have a roadside vest in case I need that. Like I said, I got my minion light here. Ooh, come on off. There we go. That I wear on my forehead so I can see in the dark, so to speak. And yeah, so it's just, or to deal with this cold, if you dress right, you dress warm, hats, gloves, long underwear, wicking fabric, keep it close to your body, nice warm winter coat, you'll be all right. It's all right, So now you figured out everything you need to do to to beat this cold and to be able to work outside. Biggest thing too is I also have brought this particular day, because the wind is so bad, I brought this thing just to put over my face, keep the wind out, because that wind, man, it hits your skin, and it just, wow. So I still got to be able to see, but I can cover up the rest of it. But yeah, that's just the long, short, and everything of it all, is just staying warm. It's just common sense here, and that's how you take care of it. It temperatures are supposed to, I think, even drop even farther than what they are right now. Like I said, it was like -6. I think they're supposed to even go down even further. What does my thermometer say here? 9 degrees. That's because it's attached to the windshield and I got the blower going on it. But it's much colder than that. What's my phone saying right now? -9 degrees. So we'll go with that because that's definitely what it feels like. And then there's a wind chill factor on top of it. But it's easy to stay warm as long as you dress the part. On my way to a couple properties. These are new for this season, and I've never been to them. So when I quoted them, I just quoted them off of Google. I've never seen them, so who knows what's in store for me. All right, it's about 3 a.m. Finally home, and yeah, -11 degrees. It's getting colder. So I hope you're staying warm. Grab a nice cup of hot cocoa or tea or coffee or whatever you'd like to drink that's hot, and sit by a fire and just enjoy yourself. Stay inside. Don't go outside. I mean, I'm outside because, well, I gotta work. That's where the work's at. That's where the money's at. Like I said, if you don't have to go outside, don't. But I'm happy to be home. I'm gonna get some sleep, and it's been a tumultuous. I don't know even the word I want to use right now because I'm tired. But I would have been home sooner, but I had to go get dog food and, all kinds of stuff. So there was that. But home now. Trying to think. About 8 hours from when I started. We had about 17, 18 accounts. One of them was big, so one of them was actually a parking lot. That one took me an hour in itself. So let's say 7 hours, 17 properties. Figure out the math. This was only about 2 inches of snow, so it was a light snowfall. In case you're wondering about, how many should I book? Well, how long do you want to work? It roughly, like I said, so we're 14 at 7 hours. That's roughly about a half an hour of property. That includes travel time in between as well. even though most of my properties are only 6 minutes apart, you have to remember that, even though they're close together, with the weather like it is and the roads being like they are, you move a little slower. So even though the GPS says they're only 6 minutes, you move a little slower. But I got to get some sleep. So I will see you next time.